All right. Hello, hello. Guess who? Okay. So, somebody asked me a question, and that's what I do when I'm like trying to think. And I was like, you know what? I'm going to answer it publicly, because every once in a while, I still do stuff publicly, even though most of my stuff is in social magic now. But this question is actually a question that comes up a lot, or has come up a lot in the past. And I have answered this a few times, but I could always do updated answers. So I figured, why not? It's a good question. It's definitely something that goes along the lines of what I teach, as far as mindset and manifestation and all of those things. So the question is, how to overcome the mentality of things being too expensive for people. I get that story from my team a lot, and I know it's a mindset issue, but how do I help them overcome it? Meaning, my team always says that the products are too expensive for people. How do I help them make more sales when they think the products are expensive? So, I know this girl, and I don't know if she's watching right now. She might be. But she also knows me, and she knows that I'm just going to be brutally honest, because it's how we do things here. First and foremost, I mean, as far as helping them overcome that, they're either going to overcome it or they're not. There is not much that you can do. This goes for anybody with this same question, by the way. It's not just for this person that asked the question. There's not much that you can do to change somebody's mind. However, what you can do is try and open their mind to how thoughts are things, thoughts become things, and what you think and what you believe is what you see in your 3D reality, your in real life type of thing, for those that don't know what I'm talking about. So in saying that, if this was my team, I would explain to them how your potential customer is, regardless of what you might think about how a phone call works, a text message works, a private Facebook message works, a post, a comment, regardless of whatever it is that you might think about social media and being, in a conversation with somebody that's on the other side of a computer and, they can't see me, whatever, blah, blah, blah. Energy is real, okay? And energy is constantly at work. So again, regardless of how you feel about all this, when you are talking to a potential customer about your products, whatever you think and believe about your products, that could be that they are amazing, that they suck, and you just sell them because you got into it, now you don't know what to do, that they're too expensive, right? Whatever it is, whatever you personally think and believe is going to be put out through your energy to the potential customer that's on the other end. Now, again, I'm going to repeat myself many times. It doesn't matter what you believe. It doesn't matter. It's just regardless of whatever's going on in your head. Your energy is going to come out to your potential customer in the form of words, in the form of a voice message or a text message or a written comment or a reply. Your energy is going to come out in such a way, okay, for your potential customer, to where if you think that the product is too expensive, they will pick up on that. They won't even realize that they're picking up on that. But that is exactly what's happening. You won't even realize that you're putting that out there. But that's exactly what's happening. This is why I said it's regardless of what you believe happens and goes on, whether you're face to face with somebody or miles apart in another country sometimes and speaking through a computer. Regardless of your beliefs on how that all works, again, energy is very real. And your belief system about what you sell is going to come out through your words. So knowing this now, whether you believe me or not, knowing this, if you're talking to a potential customer and you think that your product is too expensive and you have convinced yourself that it's so expensive that most people won't buy it, right? Or you're going to immediately talk to somebody, they're going to hear the price and they're going to be like, ooh, too much, not for me. Then that is exactly what you are going to see show up in your reality. Exactly. Try getting customers to buy the product that you think is too expensive. Let me know how it goes, because you're not going to make sales. And if you do, it's not going to be a lot. You're going to have maybe lucked out, but that's it. Maybe something just kind of slipped through the cracks with your belief system, but that's not how this works, okay? This is something different. I don't normally publicly speak about my my whole thing on, mindset and beliefs and, how thoughts become things and yada, 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 all these things, right? All of my woo-woo stuff that I love. But this is a big part of my training in my social magic group. And it's a big part of how I was successful and how I have been successful and still am successful. It is a massive part in what I do. A lot of people always ask me like, oh, what do you, everybody always wants to know like what I do and what I did to be successful. And then when they find out what I did, like they don't want to do it because it's not for them. But then they still ask, well, what'd you do? I'm telling you what I did. I'm telling you what I do, but you don't believe me. So, I don't know what to tell you on that. So this is the type of stuff that I talk about in my coaching. And the reason that I talk about it is one, because I do it, but also it is so important. It is so important that you understand that whether you're selling something for $1 or you're selling something for $1,000, how you look at your product and your belief and thoughts and feelings on said product, that is what is going to come out of your mouth or your fingers when you're talking to a potential customer, because that energy is going to come out to that potential. Again, whether you believe that or not, it doesn't matter. This is what happens. So the problem lies in the fact that if you are thinking that your product is too expensive, right? Your words will change based on that. You will not be talking to somebody with the utmost confidence. You will not be explaining a product to a potential customer as though you created the product, as though, yeah, it's like chump change. It's not expensive at all. Like everybody's going to buy it, right? You will not be doing that if your core belief on your product is that it's too expensive and people don't want it. People don't want to buy because it's too expensive. When you change your mindset and you start telling yourself like, okay, first of all, if everything that I believe and think about this product will either make or break the sale of said product, maybe I should start rethinking how I look at this product, right? Like, because that's what happens. So if that's the case, you need to go into every conversation. And I say this all the time because this is what I've done. This is legitimately what I have done. You need to go into every conversation as though that person, it doesn't matter how much money they have or don't have. If they want to buy whatever you're selling, they're going to buy it. You cannot go into the conversation already thinking that they're not going to buy something and or they're going to think that the product is too expensive, so it'll make them not want to buy it. Ever. And I don't care how much the product is. I really don't. Because like I said before, this is something you need to understand. If people want something, regardless of price, if people want a product or an opportunity or a vacation or a car, whatever it is, if somebody wants to buy something, even if they don't have the money for it, they will find a way. And I'm saying that because I was one of those people. I still am sometimes, depending on what I want to do, depending on the price as well. Everybody is like this. You can never stop somebody from buying something that they want, nor can price. I know that people think that it's the other way around, and that's not true, but that's not the case. When somebody wants to buy something, it doesn't matter if they are broke as a joke. They will find a way to buy it if that is something that they really want. Now, let's go back to the beginning. If you are going into the conversation already assuming that people that hear the price of your product do not want to buy the product or will not be wanting to buy the product because they're going to be turned off by the price, then the energy that you put out in the words that you tell them will never be the energy that matches somebody that is waiting to hear why they need such and such product. The people that will buy something regardless of price, that you don't even have to bother talking them into it, are the people that see some sort of value in the product they're looking at. If you have the product that you're selling to people and you look at it as though it is stupid expensive, where is the value in what you talk about? When you talk to somebody about the product, you're never ever going to put across any sort of value towards that product because all your beliefs on that product are that it's too expensive. That's not a turn on. That's not something that brings value to somebody and makes them say, "Ooh, I really need that." The way that you get people to say that, "Ooh, I really need that," is one, by not coming across with the energy of, "It's too expensive, they're never going to buy it," right? You need to go in there with the utmost confidence. Like, I don't know how much money that person has, but this product is freaking amazing. This product is so good, it doesn't matter how much money it is. People want it. Everybody wants this product. The next person I talk to, they're going to want this product. They're not going to shy away from whatever price it is. It's not going to matter because they want the product that much that they won't care about the price. Because I don't care about the price because it's not that big of a deal. Do you see what I'm saying? I used to sell a product in my old company. I used to sell a product that I would have spent, and many people would have spent, thousands of dollars on because it gives you results, and it certainly gave me results, similar to plastic surgery. 100%. I would have spent thousands on that. There are people in this world that do spend thousands and thousands on that. For what that product did for me, the fact that it was only $100, and actually less than that because it was multiple ones in one pack, that to me was like, this is a no-brainer. This is stupid cheap, this product, for what it does. I went into every conversation with that mindset. I went into every conversation with that energy because that is genuinely what I felt about the product. Genuinely how I felt about it. The reason I felt that about that product is because I used it. Is because I fell in love with it. A lot of the time, people don't even use the product that they're selling. You won't be able to use, sometimes, every product that you sell. I get that. But you got to have some sort of passion found within one or a few of the products that you sell if you sell multiple ones. And you got to run with those. For sure. You got to run with those. So that's a big problem I see too. A lot of times people will say, "Oh, this is so expensive, blah, 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 whatever." Like nobody wants to buy it. But if they use the product, and they fell in love with the product and saw the value in the product, they would never even think twice about the price of that product. That was like me. I used that specific thing. So when somebody was like, that's a bit expensive. Are you serious? Do you have any idea what this does? Do you want to see my pictures? Do you want to see what it's done for me? Like, I would spend thousands of dollars on this because of what it does. Like, this is like pennies compared to how much people spend. You are able to respond to somebody like that. You are able to go into conversations with that mindset because you are passionate about what you're selling. Because most of the time, the problem lies in the fact that you have no passion for what you're selling. So you can't see the value in it. All you see is the expense. All you see is the price tag being too expensive. That's the other problem. So everything is all connected, you guys. Like that, I love this question so much, and this was a really updated answer. Like I said before, like this was a very updated answer from what I've normally said about this. But I'm glad she asked because it is a question that I get a lot and have gotten a lot over the years. And sorry, I'm really tired. Excuse me. Facebook. And I'm excited that she asked it because so many people do ask this question. And I think it's very important that you don't try and go into it if you are a leader. You don't try and go into it trying to, help them overcome the idea of the price of the product. You need to go into it, and it will help them overcome it in the end, but in a different way. You need to go into it and explain to them that however they feel about the product is what's going to be put out through their words to their potential customer. So again, if this is the same thing as when you're just starting a business, right? I used to say this all the time. When I was in my former company, people never asked me how much money I made. I would get that question all the time from people on my team. And they would say, what do you say to people when people ask, how much money have you made so far with this company? One, none of your business. But also, nobody's ever asked me that. And the reason nobody ever asked me that is because I came into this and always worked my business as though I knew everything. And I didn't. Like, I came out the gate like I've been doing this for years. And that's something that, again, my energy, when I talk to somebody, because I was so passionate about the product, I was so passionate and excited about the business and the paycheck, I would talk to people, they would never in a million years ask me because they already knew from my confidence that, like, yeah, she knows exactly what she's talking about. She definitely makes a lot of money. Like, she's raving about this. There's no fakeness here. It's all genuine. You could tell. You can tell when somebody's being fake and when somebody's being genuine. So you need to have real passion for what you're selling. It doesn't have to be everything that you're selling, but it's got to be some things. And if that thing that you think is so expensive is something that you aren't using yourself for whatever reason, and it's something that you can use, you need to first start using it. Because if you don't see the value in your product that you're selling, you can be damn sure that the people that you're talking to will never see the value as well. That's the thing. It starts with you. It starts with you. Because you will 9 out of 10 times be asked, well, what do you think of the product? Or like, do you have results from it? Blah, 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 blah. No, it could be anything. It could be weight loss. It could be CBD. It could be laundry detergent. It could be anything. It's always going to be, do you use it? Have you used it? What do you think? Do you like it? Have you seen results from it? How has it helped you? Whatever it might be. People always want to know. And if you can't answer that question, that's the reason that you can't change how you feel about the price. Because if you could answer that question with the utmost honesty, because you're passionate about what you're selling, because you use it and you fell in love with it, the price would never be an issue, ever. So you need to start using your products, fall in love with your products. And then the price, when you talk to somebody, will be chump change because you'll see the value in it, which will make other people see the value in it. Again, energy is connected. It's real. Whether you're standing face to face with somebody or you're talking to them over Facebook Messenger, all energy is real. And it's pretty freaking awesome, actually, when you know how to manipulate it. If you want to know how, get in Social Magic. But it's phenomenal what it can do for your business and your life. So I love that this question was asked because there's so many different things that encompass why you might think that, this product is so expensive. Oh my God. But there's so many things that make that happen in your brain. It's not just like, oh, you see the price. Like, you have to go deeper than that. Like, why? Why do I think it's so expensive? Well, maybe because you don't see value in it. Why is that? Maybe because you've never used it. Why is that? Like, you have to go backwards and see exactly where this is all stemming from. And at the end of the day, if you have used your product and you do love it, but you do think it's too expensive, then you need to start just shifting your mindset. You need to absolutely start looking at your product differently. You might not be in love with that product. You are never going to be able to show somebody the value of a product, truly show them the value of a product that you aren't 100% in love with. You could try. You might get lucky a few times, but you're not going to be able to do it so naturally to where they're like, okay, where do I sign up? Where do I buy? I need to buy this right now. See what I'm saying? So, hope that helped. I mean, I know if I was watching this and I had that question, I'd be like, wow, that was okay. That helped me. So maybe it did help you. I don't know. Maybe it didn't. If it didn't, and you still have questions, put them below. If you're watching this on a replay, put that below. If you like my yellow shirt, put that below too. If you want to get into my coaching, hit me up. But other than that, hopefully that helps you for the lovely lady that asked. I just want to make sure I answered it all. How do I help them make more sales when they think the products are... Yeah, I answered it all. Yep. That is how you overcome the mentality of thinking like that. By starting to break it down and backtrack and see where that's stemming from. And like I said before, if somebody wants to buy something, price is never going to scare them off if it's something that they really want. I used to sell products to people that were on food stamps. Not by choice. They would come to me and they would tell me, like, yeah, I have like no money, but I want these so bad. What I was selling at the time. I want these so bad, like I'm buying them tomorrow. Okay. Like, you can't afford to feed yourself, but you're going to, okay. I mean, what do I do? But this is my point. People will buy what they want to buy. You can't stop them. And hopefully it works in your favor, right? Hopefully it works in your favor to where when they buy what they buy, they absolutely love it. And also you make a banging paycheck at the same time. So, all right, that's it. I babbled enough for 24 minutes. Hope you guys have a great day. And like I said before, comments. And if you know anybody, by the way, that needs to hear this, maybe you have a bunch of team members that need to hear this, send them this video, please, because they need to hear this. And if you are the team members, listen to this video over and over and get it through your heads that it's all about you. It starts with you. You are not going to be able to sell anything to anybody if you think the product is too expensive. So do you want to make a paycheck or do you want to just be broke? Think about this. Change your mindset. Realize that energy is real, that it's all connected. And then hopefully this video will help you. All right. I'm getting a little feisty. I'm going to go do some stuff. Have a good one. Bye, guys.